Hello, everyone. This is Jeremy, and obviously I'm in a different spot right now, but I just wanted to welcome you to a very special episode of Retro Fat. So I'm posting this before Christmas because I filmed this on December 12th, and I'm too excited to hold it in. I thought about waiting until the natural release date, but we're not doing that. So as you can tell from the title, this is a cast and writers commentary for the Virgin Islands episode Snow Job parts 1 and 2. I reached out to Brooke Theiss on Facebook about the possibility of, hey, I'm gonna shoot for the moon and see if there's any way some of the people involved with just the 10 of us would want to do this. And this happened. So thank you, Brooke, so much for helping us set this up. In this episode, you are going to, first of all, we have the writers, Michael Ware and Bob Burris, who wrote this two-parter. They gave some great insights into how they wrote it. But then you're also going to hear from JoAnn Willette, Heather Langenkamp, Evan Arnold, that's Doozler, and Brooke Theiss as we watch this episode. And even though Jamie Luner couldn't join us, she filmed a video message to the fans about this. So I just want to share really quickly that I did not film this in my normal location. And I'm in my kitchen right now, but when I filmed this, I was at my friend Dawn's house. So Dawn, thank you for letting me take over your office on Sunday night. I live in Kentucky, and we had very bad tornadoes. And while my house and my family were fine, we lost our internet. And I feel bad even complaining a little bit about that because there are people who lost their lives, and I know people who lost their homes. So our state is struggling right now, but the point I'm bringing this up, I was not filming this at home, and that's why my lighting is going to look a little weird. My background looks a little different. But I did not do a whole lot of talking during this. I did a little bit of talking. I'm talking more right now than I probably do during the rest of the episode because I wanted you to hear what they had to say as we watched it. I just want to say that it literally filled me with joy seeing them watch and laugh as we watch this episode together. And I know you're going to enjoy it just as much as I did. So please leave your appreciation for the cast in the comments below and the writers. This was such a great night. As a huge fan of the show, it was a dream come true. So I'm going to stop talking now. I will say this. I am still going to do my own reaction to Snow Job when that episode comes up in sequence, which I think will be like mid-January. But this was too fun to hold on to till then. And it's not my reaction to it. This is cast commentary and their reaction to it. So it's a little different than the way I normally film because, for one thing, there were 7 of us on this call. But here we go. Have fun.
I think she said she was running from some stuff today. She had a busy day.
Now that's the kind of behavior you'd expect from Cindy, not Wendy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
She's off while Wendy's off doing some shenanigans that we'll hear about when she gets here.
Well, once Brooke introduced me to the whole prospect of what you're doing, Jeremy, I've really enjoyed some of the episodes. I mean, I've enjoyed all the episodes I've watched, but it's fun to see them again and get your perspective on them, and quite a trip.
Yeah.
Oh, I was a fan when this show first aired and watched it through the USA years, and I realized once I put it on YouTube that I was not alone. There are a lot of people who really love the show. So
that's really nice to hear.
It is. It's really interesting. I was talking to Michael about it. Mm-hmm. It has been 30 years. And we also worked together for 9 months or something. It was just.
Really? When you got this, it was like your first thing together?
Well, we came on the 2nd season, I think.
3rd season, technically.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm just saying we really, the bonding that happened in a fairly short amount of time is pretty remarkable.
With all of you, he's saying.
Yeah, with all of you. Yeah.
Oh, that was weird. Yeah. It was great. I mean, everybody was like a family. It was the best show I ever worked on.
For sure.
To this day, it's still just my best experience.
There's Brookie.
Hey, Brookie.
All right.
Well, we have Brooke, but we lost Heather.
We lost Heather.
You're on mute, though. Everybody's on mute when we start. So you have to unmute yourself.
Yes, I took myself off.
Okay.
Yay, let me get
Hey
this
there.
new screen.
Is that a contractual thing? Oh, okay. Now we have.
That is
Hi.
awesome.
Woo!
Hi,
Are we all? Hello, Brooks. Thank you so much for everything you've done setting this up. It is nice
Oh,
to
you're so
finally
welcome. I'm sorry.
get
I
to
was
speak
like,
with
you know,
you.
so I'm sorry I'm late. I'm always
No,
late.
no
I'm
worries. No
trying to
worries.
not do that anymore.
That's not true. You're not always there.
Hello,
Aubrey.
everyone. Sorry.
Adorable.
Hi, Aubrey.
Hi.
Wants to be part because it's fun. Hi, Bob. Hi, Mike. Oh, my
Hi, how
gosh.
are you? Good to see you.
So good to see everybody.
Who's that little creature to your side there?
Ooh, this is a moo-moo.
I think he meant the human creature.
Might have meant the human, but yeah.
The human creature.
Oh, we got a pet there for
Oh,
Heather.
Oh, look at Heather. Where are you, Heather? Are you in your office?
You're on mute.
She went mute again.
Look at the fact that there's an extra hat.
No, I'm in my she shed. Doesn't it look
Yeah,
like
I love it.
Oh, the she shed. That's hysterical. I love that commercial.
I just have photos and stuff up, but this is where I
Okay.
escape.
With your puppy.
I also have like a little couch. Anybody who wants to couch surf can come over and stay here on my little she shed couch.
Good to know.
JoAnn Willette.
I would love to. I'd love to.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to see everybody.
And Evan is in Eureka, it seems.
I know.
In California.
Well, this is my hat. Okay.
I love it.
Have you guys ever been to Eureka?
Oh,
I
yeah.
have. I drove through it once.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Bob, you've been through it.
I've been to Eureka. Yeah, it's chilly.
Chilly.
Yeah.
It's really far north, isn't it?
It's practically in a, yeah.
Right.
It's actually like a kind of a real hippie, like.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's where Humboldt State is.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Lovitz would not
right.
have fit in there at all.
That's right.
I
My
know,
brother
right?
went to Humboldt for a little bit. Yeah. Total
Oh.
hippie. Hot
Hippie
town.
town. Yeah.
Yeah, Redwood National and State Parks right there. Looks
Yeah.
great.
Wow.
And what
So
city are you
cool.
in, Brooke?
I'm in lovely Valencia, California. home
Okay.
to Magic Mountain.
See, we've only been a few miles apart. Why didn't we do this years ago?
No, where are you?
In Santa Monica.
He's in Santa
Oh
Monica.
my gosh, I know. It's like we're all so close. I do want to invite everybody. You know, I work at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm a massage therapist now. And so Heather's come to see me.
Yes, I highly recommend it. And then you can have champagne after your massage at the beautiful like veranda out there. It was
Nice.
incredible.
I will take good care of you, but if you call the spa, just let them know you're my friend and I'll give you the friends and family discount.
Are you
So,
working this week, Brookie? Are you working?
always? Yeah,
Every
I'm
week?
over
Yeah.
Christmas or
Yeah.
I'm there Wednesday through Saturday. So I'm
Okay.
just a shout out for myself or come and take good care of you.
Thank you, Brookie. That's so sweet.
Me.
And did you say your daughter's name is Aubrey?
Yes, that's Aubrey.
Aubrey, do you need any
Yeah, we-
math homework help tonight while we're all on with you?
Always, right?
Let us
She's
know
a
any
new-
signs.
A
What?
new, yeah, she needs a STEM tutor. Come on, Evan. You're on standby always, right?
My kids are 13 and 15 now. I can't tell. Aubrey, are you like 13, 12?
Yeah.
Something around there? Yeah.
That's
Very
good. Do you
cool.
have a boy, girl? What do you have, Evan?
I got one of each.
I know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
nice. I know. Jojo
Older,
has one.
older. What?
Jojo has one of each.
I do.
Heather has one of each.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a good match.
Bob and Mike.
Yeah, I have three.
No,
you
I'm
have
jealous.
three.
I kind of want
Boy,
to.
boy, girl, boy.
Nice.
Well, I have
Girl,
one. I have
boy.
one of each. We one of each. We went boy, girl too. So
Yeah, boy, girl.
Jeremy, do you have any kids?
One boy. We were
One
one
boy.
and done. So
There you go. I was
you go.
one and done. Yeah, I was one and done for
15 years
13
later, she started over.
I have a 26-year-old boy and my 13-year-old daughter.
Oh,
So.
that's awesome.
ours is 9. So if we're not one and done, we're gonna have an age gap like that, which is what I had growing
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
So
Yeah, you never know.
no, fingers crossed.
And we're gonna watch it tonight, right now.
That's my hope. If you all are into it.
I'm ready.
Do it.
All right. Well,
I
before
have a couple of pictures, Jeremy, that
Yes.
Josh Metzler sent me. from the
Okay.
Virgin Island. It's just.
Oh, that's
super
awesome.
sweet. So I thought I don't know if I can just hold my camera up,
What?
and
Yeah.
show them if that's okay.
Yeah, do
When-
it that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'll
Definitely.
do. You let me know.
You
Just
could
give me
maybe
the
email
video
them.
and
You could email them to yourself and then put the attachment in the chat, possibly. I don't know if that would help, and then he could pull them for it, or just email them.
I just saw Brandon went, a roar. It went into like some kind of like overdrive.
mind.
It doesn't.
Never mind, just hold it up.
Brain.
I'm out, but it'll take me an hour, but maybe the Gen Zer will help me.
Yeah, Aubrey, email the photo to your mom, and then she can put him in the chat.
For what it's worth, also, if you want to email them to me, I can like stick them into the video later
Oh,
as
okay,
well.
that's what
So
I'm
that
doing
way
right now.
people can work.
That
Awesome.
sounds good.
Okay,
Awesome.
that's what I will do.
Um,
I wore my one sweater that Marie would have worn. It's like a vintage little sweater I found in Toronto this week. And
It's so
perfect
cute.
Marie. It's so
Oh.
Marie. I know. It's just like her.
Are you wearing a cross?
No, I don't have a cross, but this one's kind of like a cross, isn't it?
Kinda like a
Yeah.
cross.
Pretty.
Cross-ish. Yeah.
Yes.
Brooke sent me a video from Jamie, who cannot be here with us, but she has a kind of video introduction. So I thought before we start, I would play that. And then if you all want to just kind of round robin around the room, give your thoughts, a general impression, and then we'll start the episode, and I'll pause at commercial breaks and hear what you all have to say about what's going on. How does that sound for everybody?
Sounds
Sounds
good.
great.
All right. Now, I do have to clarify one thing real quick. I live in Kentucky. I don't know if you all follow the news, but we had
Oh,
Tornadoes.
terrible
tornado.
tornadoes. Yes. So
Wow.
I am
You're
at, my family was okay. A colleague I worked with lost his house.
Wow.
My
Oh.
city has 12 confirmed dead, 10 missing. It was pretty bad.
Oh,
Was it
no.
yesterday
yeah.
that it
the
happened?
worst.
Yeah. 3
Friday,
a.m.
the worst.
Yeah.
The worst tornado in history, right?
Yeah. Worse. It was like a 250-mile track across 5 states.
Wow.
Kentucky has 70 confirmed dead. It is pretty hard.
Oh
Oh my
my God.
I lost some tiles off my roof, some shingles, and some tree branches, but my family's okay. But we have no internet, so I'm at a friend's house.
Oh no.
Wow.
So I would have the internet because I didn't trust my phone to do a hotspot. So I'm just on a laptop. I normally have 2 screens.
Yeah.
So if it
this
looks
is
a
your
little,
version of the show must go on.
So much
very
go
much,
on.
very much. But I'm
hearing a
very
lot of
grateful.
excuses. This is very unprofessional.
I get that.
Coming as an Oklahoman, I know how scary tornadoes are. I
Yeah.
grew up with tornadoes. Oh my gosh. I'd rather have an earthquake than a tornado any day.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
we
They're
got up
scary.
at like 2 a.m. and our son slept through the entire thing. So we're kind of grateful for that.
Wow.
But yeah, our neighbor lost 5 trees. Anyway, that's why I'm not quite as tech savvy today as I usually am. But I've got my screen recorders as well as Zoom going, so I can edit later. If we have any like video lag, I can fix that. So we can show this video of Jamie, and then I'll have you all talk out, and then we'll start watching.
Perfect. I'm sending you the pictures now, Jeremy.
Excellent. Okay, so let me make sure
Sorry, that's what I've been doing. Taking me forever.
So I'll pull those up here in just a
Is
moment. as
Jamie
well.
still in Bulgaria working on her films?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
What? Bulgaria?
Yeah, she's a film producer in Bulgaria now. They make like 4 films a year or 5.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
I looked up the time difference, and it was not a friendly.
No, it's not. It's
friendly.
12 hours. I think it's
Yeah.
exactly 12 hours or something like that.
Ugh.
All right, can you all see her here? Did I do
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
correctly?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let me play her video, and then we'll hear from you all.
Hello, everyone. Sorry I can't be there live with you guys. I wanted to give a little hello from here in Sofia, Bulgaria, and hope you have a good time with the gang there watching the Virgin Islands episode. I remember it being super fun, and it's always such a treat as an actress to be able to go shoot on location, especially one as beautiful as that. You kind of think, is this really my job? Anyway, have fun with everyone and enjoy. Take care. Bye.
Okay. So, all right. Brooke, since you were the one who got us organized and arranged, and I cannot, like, seriously, she and I have emailed no less than 40 times over the last 2 months. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. And I have your pictures. Let me download those. If you would like to say anything.
Okay, perfect. And another. So I do have a picture. So this is from this picture is I have a different picture. So this is me and Jamie. This is again just Virgin Islands. Who knows who took it, but that's Josh Metzler, who is the head prop master in the middle. I know all the girls. I don't know. We always migrated to him. I just know his office was in the back, and we'd always like hang out in the back. And somehow we all became really good friends. Josh, and he's really funny because he sent me these pictures. He's like, "Oh my gosh!" He said, "Look at these pictures. Those pictures would never happen today." He goes, "You guys would be Me Tooing it everywhere, and I would be in jail."
No.
Like he thought I was like 16, 17, which I think Jamie. I don't know how old she was. She might have been
16. She was just driving. Yeah. She
was so young. But I said, don't worry. I was 18, 19, and 20. And he was like, oh, thank God.
He's always so nice. Yeah.
I think this is one of the pictures he was kind of commenting about. So that's Josh. And then that's Dave McGuire, who's the other prop master. He was a prop, assistant.
Yeah. Right.
But like, it's like he's like hugging me, and I'm like, oh my God, that picture would never happen today.
I'm trying to zoom in. I will make this look better whenever we do the actual video.
He's helping you up. You must have been feeling faint, Brooke, at that time. He was supporting you and making sure that you weren't going to fall down to the ground.
Oh, I already did that one. Let me do
that. And I think there's one more that I think Heather and Joe is in.
Oh, I hope I'm not in it.
No, it's far away. You have to zoom. I think it's Dan Gunzelman directing. I think Dan Gunzelman. Did he direct this, Bob? Mike, do you know?
Gunzelman. He put it that way. Yeah, he's put it that way.
Okay.
I think he certainly directed the Virgin Island parts, but I don't remember who did the studio parts of it.
Okay, so I think that's Dan in the hat. I think cameraman is that Jeff Wheat, I think.
Jeff. Mm-hmm.
I think maybe Josh is there too.
Who's on the float?
So you're on the float. I think Heather for sure. And I'm not sure who's with her on the floaty out in the other side.
I think it's Heather and Evan.
Yeah,
Heather and Evan.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I do not remember anything about this. I mean,
I remember one thing, the conch soup. Remember the conch soup?
Oh, well, I remember going to the hospital. Like, that's the only thing that I remember from this whole trip.
Oh my God, I got to hear about that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was really horrible. I have
one more picture I want to show. So I don't know. I didn't remember this until Josh mentioned it. So here's a picture of us returning to the mainland. So this is what Josh told me.
Wait, is that on the set plane or our plane?
So he said, do you remember when we left the plane that was going to take us to Miami was snowed in Boston? Yes.
Oh.
So Henry Johnson saw this small plane on the airstrip and hired it to get some people to Miami to catch the connecting flight. There were no seatbelts, no door on the flight cabin. Just a bunch of hungover crew on a missile to Miami, the wild, wild west. So
I didn't know. I was not on that plane.
I remember it was like a fighter jet. It was like some weird plane we were on, like an old military plane, something like that.
Were all of us on it? We were all on that?
I don't remember. I kind of remember being on it, but I don't know
like for stopping in Puerto Rico. I remember.
No, I did not. I wasn't on that plane.
Oh.
I don't think
so. I remember a strange, like, old fighter jet.
I kind of do too.
Yeah, and I remember thinking, oh, are we not going to make it to this?
Are we going to die? Getting back to Miami?
Yeah. Is this the special episode that none of us knew about? Right?
All right, so that's all the things I had to share from my photos that Josh happened to send me those like a month or so ago. I was like, oh, these are perfect.
That's really cool.
That was awesome. Thank you. That was fantastic. Brooke, do you have anything else you want to share before we hear from someone else?
Oh, no, I'm going to pass it off.
All right. Well, let's, I guess, go in Age of the Sisters. So Heather, would you like to?
Well, as
speak
everyone
next?
already mentioned, so the very first night that we were there, before we'd even shot a single frame, I think, we went to a really fancy restaurant, and it was really, so the Virgin Islands, St. Thomas was where we were, and they had just had a hurricane. If I remember that the hotel that we were staying at, like all the trees were really, there was no foliage in a lot of the areas, and there had been a hurricane. At least that was my memory of the hotel that we stayed in. But we went to a really nice place for dinner, and I am a very adventurous eater. Like, I love to get things that I can't get at home, and so I ordered conch soup. And 2% of the world are really allergic to conch, and especially the conch that comes from that part of the Caribbean. And so I was about the color of this sweater. Like, this is a good reenactment of what color I became. And in the middle of the night, I got incredibly sick and just like swelled up and covered in kind of this red rash all over my body. And so I called Henry Johnson, our producer, or maybe I called you, JoAnn. I can't remember.
Because I do remember that. I have this memory of you screaming and ripping your clothes off.
Yeah, like, I'm on fire. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I called JoAnn, and then we called the producer, who was, Henry, and we raced to the hospital. Yeah. And I remember that they gave me some drugs, and they encouraged me to throw up. And poor Henry Johnson had to hold the little kidney-shaped little pan while I threw up.
That's a producer.
And I love him now. I'll always love him like a father, because he took such good care of me, and he was so sweet, and it was like, it's okay, you're gonna be fine, Of course, I was so worried, and then the next day, I got in my bikini or whatever bathing suit they had me in, and it was like, the show must go on.
You were such a trooper, Heather.
But luckily I just wasn't red, and like, it was like this really red rash pretty much all over my body. And they
how did you feel that day? I don't remember.
I felt terrible, but that's why I don't really remember a damn thing. And I do remember how gorgeous the beaches were, and I remember like having to like get our pictures taken for the press kit, where we're like leaning against the tree, and I'm like really leaning against it to hold me up. Like, we had to like lay down on these trees and take our picture, and I thought, oh, thank God I can lay down right now. And that floaty looks pretty comfortable. Probably I enjoyed that. But I mean, overall, I have positive memories. I really loved going into the town. I remember wanting to buy a steel drum. I met some guy who made them in town, and I was this close from buying like a whole set of steel drums, but luckily I wisely did not buy them. But it was a fun place, and I remember there was like tourist ships coming in, and a lot of tourists like in the little town, and going to all the stores. I kind of remember the shopping more than I remember actually shooting the show. But it was the most beautiful location I've ever been to, that's for sure.
All right, JoAnn, anything you'd like to share before we start?
Well, I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but it felt like the Virgin Islands episode came up suddenly, right? Wasn't it, guys? Wasn't it? It's like, oh, guess what? We're going on Christmas break, holiday break, but we're going to the Virgin Islands. Surprise. And I remember I was staying at Deb's house. Oh, honey, come stay with me. It's the house of broken women, right? Like, I had broken up with someone I was living with. And so I was staying at the house of broken women. You come and you live with me. I will take care of you. And then I remember I didn't have my passport. And so somebody had to go get into the house.
Oh, man.
Go into my house to get a passport, because suddenly we were going to the Virgin Islands. And anyway, but I remember that fighter jet. thinking, well, this is part of my life. That makes sense.
It's totally part of your life, Roger.
Yeah. And then, but I do remember it was beautiful. I remember Heather got so sick with the conch soup. And I remember you were just red as could be. You were red as that sweater. And I remember being so worried about you. And Henry was like, don't worry, we're just going to go to the hospital. And then you came back the next day and she's such a trooper. She's in this bikini. And they were all in great bikinis. And I remember.
Actually, no, I was in a one piece. Thank God.
You were in a one piece.
Yeah.
But I was in like this 1920s flapper suit. Okay. Sort of quasi sumo wrestler. That's what I remember I was wearing in this episode. I'm thinking like, wow, we steal this plane and go to the Virgin Islands and this is what Connie would wear, but it made sense.
But don't you remember when we went to the Virgin Islands, we went in first class. It was the first time I'd ever taken first class. It was great.
Yeah, it was pretty true. And I also remember we each had our own huge cabin house.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes, I remember that.
I'm from Maine. We had one bathroom and I had 7 brothers and sisters. And like to me, it was like, this is way too much house. And it was very generous of Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
It was just a blast. I remember just having a blast with you girls and pinching myself every day. It was just so much fun.
So much fun. I remember those little cabins. They were gorgeous. And I remember the first day that we showed up there, I had 2 cats at my door. And so for the whole day, I let them in and I fed them and I had like 2 kittens, 2 cats for my whole, it was awesome.
But how long were we there? How long were we there? 5 days?
I don't remember. Guys,
I don't
remember.
Bob, Mike, do you remember?
Oh, yeah, probably just a couple. I'll bet you squoze everything in just a few days.
Yeah, I think it was like 4 or 5 days. It wasn't.
Yeah, I think it was 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, I don't remember. It was fun.
It was fun. And of course, I just have to say, because Brookie, you're like the animal wrangler. Of course you had animals there.
My daughter just said, oh, that totally sounds like you, Mom. I was like, I know, of course. I was like, kittens!
You would be adopting all these cats, and of course.
I don't go to third world countries. I come home with all these animals. My husband would kill me.
All right, Evan, I think you're next.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't remember how I got to the Virgin Islands, but I do remember, my condo house, whatever, with the loft, and I knew it was way too much space, and I thought I should be married. My whole family should be here. But I was 16, 17 years old, whatever. But it was extraordinary.
Were
What's
you
that?
Young? Is that
No, I was probably 17. I was this season 2. Maybe I was 18. Maybe 17.
Honey, I was like 26. So.
I know, right? Only JoJo.
But I was thinking I can't take full advantage of this. Yes, it was very generous. And I remember the restaurant on the edge of the bay and just getting used to driving on the wrong side of the street or the correct side of the street, but it felt wrong. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And that beach where we did a lot of filming, I don't know if they said it was like one of the top 10 private sexiest beaches ever, but it certainly felt that way. It was secluded and it was just lovely. And I'm surrounded by just lovely people having a great time, crazy experience. Now, I don't know if this is a better question for the episode or not, but I'm curious. I was just a kid. I don't know if you guys, as more fully formed adults, were privy off of JoAnn's question or comment about how this happened, and the writers just saying like, let's go for it. Let's try to write ourselves a vacation. We'll amortize it over 2 episodes. Last minute, Bob Iger says, okay, or like, how did it happen?
How did it happen?
How did it happen?
Yeah, I don't know that.
It was, well, Mike and I could trade off the story. The Dan Gelselman was sort of the creative vision of this whole show. So we have to say that up front, that, we were the writers of the episode, but Dan was really the motor of the whole show. And Mike and I so we broke the story as a writing staff. And then Mike and I wrote the first draft, which I think was just a big prank to cover your tracks while you guys were going out of town, as I recall. Mike might remember more than I do. And the episode worked really well. And at that point, Michael Ware, what happened?
Well, all right, we have to see if this chronology works because I only remember it as a 1-episode deal.
Correct.
And then I think we shot it. Dan said the first cut was 37 minutes long. And rather than trim it further down, he said, let's add more and make it a 2-parter. So we beefed up the B story. And that's when I think the concept of zipping off to the Virgin Islands was born. But
I agree. That's why it happened so quickly. It was good. Yeah, it had to happen like right now. That's why that feel was about it.
Wow.
Amazing.
And maybe that's a Gunselman Sullivan Marshall question. I was just curious about how the
How do you bring that up to the network? Like, oh, we're gonna take 100. How many people went? 50 people to the Virgin Islands, or?
well, they spent most of the production budget for show number 2 in the Virgin Islands because the rest of it was in the can. So it probably worked out. It might have even saved them money. Who knows?
Who knows?
That's right.
Wow.
Am I breaking up? I can't tell.
Someone's call waiting. Did I hear a beep? I don't know. But
I'm gonna lower my lights. My lights are too bright.
But it was a crazy, wonderful experience. Just great. Just great.
I've always wanted to ask you, Evan, what was it like when you first came on and you were thrown into like the lion's den with all these 4 girls who like every scene we have with you and we're all over you like white on rice because we just love Doozler and he was in every. I always thought, what did like Evan Arnold think? Like, what were you? Like, you were so young. That's what I was thinking because you were so young. You know, you weren't like, you know. It's like I always just wondered what you thought.
Yeah, it was.
Remember
my slightly, just barely older, cool, sexy sisters that I just basically had crushes on all of you and was just enamored and having a great time, and you were kind, and it's like, okay, they make fun of me, but they're always around me. I'll take that compromise, you know, because you make fun of Doozler, and I was just like,
You were so funny. And
God.
everything you did made us laugh. You were so funny.
I just had a great time. I had a great time. Felt warm, welcoming, playful, sweet. You know, I remember Heather got me some Gabriel Garcia Marquez book as a present once, and I just felt like you know, it just really sweet. It was all good. Wanted more.
So did we. So did we.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Michael and Bob, as the writers of this episode, Michael, thank you for that email you sent. That was information I did not know that this was ever a one shot to begin with.
Honestly, I didn't know that either. None of it. Did you girls know that?
No.
Know that.
Do you all have anything, and we can obviously share this throughout the episode as well, anything you'd like to share from a writing perspective or anything else before we start playing?
I can tell you that
oh, go ahead, Michael.
This was our first season. Bob and I, broke our teeth on just the 10 of us. We were nowhere before that. And so everything that happened was fascinating, that all the episodes that we got to write, working with this marvelous cast, it was just wonderful. So we had a thrilling first year, and it came to an end all too soon. But if we were story editors and had we been producers, we probably would have gotten to go. But we were the new guys. So in fact, I don't know if you remember that Deborah Harmon dubbed us the Tall Boys because we're both 6 feet. So that's who we were. We were the Tall Boys. And I'm not sure if anybody ever knew which was which, but we were just the Tall Boys.
Right.
Deborah had a nickname for everybody, right?
Sure did.
Yeah, it was a great. I mean, it was a great experience for us, like Michael said, and I think for me, I love the entire episode. I particularly love the scene that Evan and Heather had with the misdirection about what they were talking about. And I remember just having the fun of just vamping on that, like Michael and I, and kicking it back, just trying to like find all the most organic, misleading double entendres we could find. It was really a fun scene to write.
I literally can't remember who wrote what, but if it was really good, it was probably Bob.
No, both of you.
I
I will
love
take
being
credit
called-
for the I will take
sorry.
credit for a little screaming and thrashing will be okay. I'll take credit for that one.
Oh, yeah, I love that line. Absolutely. I also like being called phlegmatic.
Phlegmatic.
There were some good words.
Wendy definitely didn't say that word.
You know what's funny is we were on the stage and Dan said like that wasn't in there, and it was like, you poor goofy, whatever she said, you poor goofy silly boy or something like that. And Dan said, I wish there was a stranger word to throw in there. And as I recall, it was me, but I don't know who it was. Somebody said, well, how about phlegmatic? And he laughed, and then it became that. So that's what I remember.
There
That's
were good
classic.
words. There was tempestuous and scamp, and there
Well,
were all
we
these
were-
great little pointed words.
Scamp. I
We
love
were
that
very
word.
creative.
Scamp.
We weren't good comedy writers, but we had an excellent vocabulary. We're very
Those are appreciated.
Too fun.
Okay, are we ready?
Well, Aubrey's getting her charger,
Oh, we'll wait for that then.
so we gotta.
No Job Part 1.
Oh my gosh, so fun.
I just have to say, as a fan of this show was so ahead of its time. I'm amazed at what you all got away with,
We were
like
too.
a family show on ABC and TGIF.
Yeah.
No, it's 100% true, and I feel bad for Councilman Sullivan and Marshall because it was their baby, and they were just like 3 minutes ahead of the curve, because all the heightened reality that they did and all that were, that all became real staples of TV comedy right after that. And anyway, it was an edgy, fun, great show.
Mhm.
We definitely had a lot of dirty jokes that we
A
got
lot
away
of
with.
dirty
Yeah, we
jokes.
got a lot, yeah.
Well, those
I
were
mean-
usually pitched by the gentleman who played the boy, a young Robin Thicke. He always pitched dirty jokes, and I said you should stay with that. And then he eventually did Blurred Lines. That's controversial.
Do you girls remember when we would run around on Wednesday day when wasn't it Roland the censor? Was his name Roland?
Yeah, Roland.
Roland.
One of the
And we would
censors.
run around and we would tell the whole crew, all the cameramen, don't laugh at this joke. Don't laugh at this
Yeah.
joke. And no one would laugh. And we got some unbelievable jokes in there, like, the monks packing fudge
That's
in
for the
winter.
holidays.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Yes.
yeah.
Please don't laugh at that joke. Yeah.
Please don't just stand there holding your salami. That was Deborah's,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
just crazy.
It became a
Well,
real
growing
game.
pains,
like,
go ahead.
what?
I was just saying, Growing Pains, they had a character named Boner. They somehow they did that. So
Right. Andrew Koenig.
yeah.
Oh, crazy.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Before we start, I do have one quick question. How long has it been since you have actually watched this show?
30
Oh,
years.
gosh, 30 years. At
I
least
mean, I,
30
didn't, I have not watched it since it came out.
I've been watching it on on Retro Fat.
Yay!
So it's about 4 episodes. I saw, the one with Blitz, so I just peed my pants. So
Oh, that's fantastic.
I had to show
I-
my kids.
I love that. Well, is this where you and your husband met?
No, we had the same publicist, and he
Okay.
was he still auditioned for the show, but he literally, that's how my husband dressed.
And he
The
still
le-
does.
He still-
Let's get the Let's
He
Get
wrote-
Wet wine with Deborah is hysterical. I love the whole thing. But
Mhm.
Oh God, it's the best. It's pretty
all
funny.
right,
Okay, I can't wait any longer. I am so
I know.
sitting on the
All
edge
right,
of my
let's do it.
seat. Let's
let's
watch this.
let's do it.
And one final announcement. The buses for Sister Ethel's annual High Mountain Prayer Retreat and Ski Trip will be leaving the chapel tomorrow at 6 o'clock sharp to rendezvous with St. Catherine's and St. Martin de Porres. Sister Ethel
Frank Bonner.
reminds those going to
Okay, can we
Lorraine,
just stop and
Fairmont,
just say how great Frank Bonner is,
Yes.
and his passing was so
Oh,
tragic this year.
just awful. Just miss
Yeah.
him so much.
He was,
Heartbreaking.
he was the best. He was fantastic. It was such an honor to meet him as a fan from WKRP days and to work with him. And he was just charming and sweet and
just the best director.
God, he was a
ever.
great,
and he was a good director as well.
guy.
That's right. He
Yeah.
went on to do
Always
lots.
happy when he was
Such an
directing.
actor's director, truly.
Yeah.
All right. I just had to say, I miss him.
Absolutely. Just hearing his voice.
People have commented on his passing on like almost every video I've done. He's
Yeah, I
really
bet.
missed.
I pity the people who signed up for that.
We signed up for it.
You did? Hey, I think it beats staying in town for Eureka Lumberjack days.
Yeah, I especially hate that stump toss event. Last year, some yahoo tried to toss me.
Girls, have you heard? At the ski retreat, I'm leading the discussion on sex in today's teenager. Oh, I'll be sure to take notes. Well, don't forget your harmonicas. You know, that stump toss is looking pretty darn good.
Hi, girls.
Hi, Gavin. What's the matter?
I couldn't get reservations for Sister Ethel's weekend retreat, so I'm stuck going to my parents' beach house in the Virgin Islands.
Your parents have a beach house in the Virgin Islands?
Yeah, Little Dick's Bay.
Gavin Doosler, have you been holding out on us? Are you rich?
Not really. I think we only leased the family jet.
Family jet? I thought you said your father did odd jobs.
I think chairman of the board of Pacific Petroleum's pretty odd. He does just fly around explaining oil spills.
Gavin Doosler, what could possibly be depressing about flying to the Virgin Islands?
Because I'm going to be so lonely. My mother's going to Switzerland for more vein surgery. So I'll be all by myself in that giant villa.
Oh, poor guy. Oh, don't worry, Cindy. He's not gonna be alone. We're gonna go with him to the Virgin Islands.
Oh, wait. Aside from everything else, what makes you think Sister Ethel won't notice that we're missing from the
Can
retreat?
we just stop for
huh?
a second? Your hair looks so good, JoAnn.
Look how fabulous. Like
It looks
a Breck
fabulous.
girl. Remember?
I don't know. You're the Breck girl. It's awesome. Okay, we can go on now.
I like Maxine's hair better.
I mean, Gavin, Evan, your hair.
Oh, I had hair.
Wow.
I had hair.
I know, but I don't know if it's better. I have no. It's so crazy.
It was pretty long and crazy. It was great. But JoAnn, your hair does look fabulous.
Well,
Your
thank you
hair
very
is
much.
gorgeous. Okay.
But before I start back, let me just say that I actually heard from Maxine Elliott's family. Of course, she has passed, and they were like so excited that these episodes were up because there was a chance for like them to see her on
She
YouTube
is
again.
wonderful.
So
Just passed, like not too long ago,
Really?
I believe. But it seemed like that's not right. I was talking to Mike, and I thought she was much older, obviously, but then I looked it up and I think she died like 2 years ago in 2018 or something. But I was like, what would that make her? 110? I don't know. I don't know.
She was so funny.
She was
But wow.
hysterical. Just
She
like
had a-
Bill Irwin, who's on the show later too. Bill Irwin
that's
was
right.
great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bill
Right.
Irwin, classic actor.
Long, nice life she had. Good for her.
You boys get to class now!
Boys.
Cause I'm learning the rules of the game. If I can stay on the ball, take it minute by minute. I'll just make the hall.
I make the whole love babe. What can I say?
Do it at the best I can.
Living on nobody but me.
Oh, look at those gals.
Nothing comes easy. Isn't that the cutest intro ever?
Gil Medley singing it. Come
I
on.
know, what a great
That's
song.
fantastic. And little super director Matt Shackman. Look at
I
him.
know.
Heidi.
Honey, how can I measure
Yeah.
you for your lumberjack day costume if you won't hold still?
I told you I'm a perfect 42.
46 3/4.
But all the jackets I have are 42.
Maybe that's why their seams explode when you belch.
You know, I have to feed and clothe you two. I don't have to like you.
All right, how am I going to measure if you won't stop bellowing?
Oh, look at this. This whole costume thing is a bad idea.
Oh, no, honey, it's going to be so much fun. I've got a great idea for your costume.
Paul Bunyan might be an appropriate choice.
JR, did it ever occur to you that you might be hurting your father's feelings?
I mean, at least he's got thin skin.
JR.
No. Let him have his fun, because I won't be the only one at Lumberjack Days wearing a silly costume.
No, I'm sure there'll be other nerds doing it too.
Mm-hmm. And the other nerds will be you.
You're kidding.
Fat men don't kid.
Come on, Dad. Me in a dorky costume? I mean, my friends would see me.
Good. Now, what would be a good outfit for JR?
Come on, Mom. You're not going to let him do this to me, are you? I mean, me, your oldest son.
Any ideas, Sherry?
None that doesn't have a tail.
Wait a minute. Sherry was laughing at my fat jokes, too. How come she doesn't get stuck with a costume?
Because, JR, Mom and Dad realized that wearing a costume would not be a punishment for me. It'd be a joy. Unlike you, I like being the center of attention. I like all eyes on me. Just me. Only me. It feels good to be a star.
No wonder she doesn't even have an imaginary friend.
Okay. I'll confess. Wearing a costume won't be a punishment for me either. In fact, it's always been my dream to wear something silly and homemade.
Oh, to think your mother and I can make your dream come true.
Nothing ever works for me. Nothing.
What's all the commotion?
We're just discussing costumes for Lumberjack Days.
You're going to wear costumes this year? Why do I always miss out on the zany stuff? Oh, honey, I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time on Sister Ethel's retreat.
You're right. A weekend of contemplation, prayer, and meditation will be nice. Oh, and Friday night, we get to kneel in the snow on bare knees for our sins.
Oh, sounds painful.
I hope so. Okay, I'm so freaking weird. I can't believe it.
I think we laughed
That's
over.
how weird Marie is, and everyone loves her for her weirdness. So
Oh, yeah.
I know, you
That
got
was a
weirder
little-
and weirder.
It was a little S&M-y. We kind of laughed over it, but you said like you hope it hurts.
I
when
know.
you're in the snow, when your knees are in the snow. It's like, okay. Yeah, it's a little weird.
I think Marie was the craziest one of them all, but just closeted.
Yeah,
Exactly.
very closeted.
The whole repressed dynamic. Yeah.
Talking about flying to the Virgin Islands. Dad would kill us.
Oh, don't be a weenie. We leave Friday, we're back Sunday. Who's gonna notice?
I don't want any part of it.
Connie, think. Our own tropical villa. Warm blue water, white sand, tanned hunks rubbing suntan oil all over our bodies.
Bathing suit.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
it
right.
doesn't have its good points.
So, how are we gonna sneak out of the country?
Let me get this straight. Like we're going to convince Doozler to take us along, fool Sister Ethel, lie to Mom and Dad, and last, but certainly not least, somehow convince Marie to come along with us?
Peanuts.
But is it logical?
Oh, you're just chicken. You don't see Cindy here worried about logic.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about it. Sure, count me in. After all, this is just a fantasy until you can convince Marie, and what kind of a lie could you possibly tell her?
Gavin Doozler's dying?
Yeah, I overheard him tell the school nurse. She did.
What was he got? Polynesia? Isn't that a place?
Well, actually, it's Papaloponesia. It's a hereditary disease. Yeah. He got it in summer camp.
He got a hereditary disease.
Oh, well, actually, he caught it from his mother.
Connie, is this true?
I still can't believe it.
Poor Gavin. That pale body, the quivering voice, those vacant eyes. It all makes sense now. How can you just stand there?
Call it shock?
His parents parents are this really weird. Connie had a good point.
I did?
Yeah, when you said that we could spare a little to go with Doozler to provide him comfort and spiritual guidance.
You said that? Guess so.
Well, call me wild and impetuous, but I think we should do it. All right, party, party!
Oh my God.
Give up the retreat, but I know how much that harmonica hum-off meant to you.
Wendy, we have to think of the greater good. Now let's go tell Mom and Dad.
Oh, no, we can't tell them. We can't tell anybody.
You mean just go and not tell Mom and Dad?
Well, I don't like it either, but we can't even tell Gavin we know.
Connie, what do you think?
That the fewer people who know about this, the better.
Oh, Gavin.
Oh, what's with the thigh? Oh my gosh.
I can't talk now.
I remember that.
To see the principal.
I know we sent it. We want to talk to you.
Why?
Well, we have good news.
A spot opened on the retreat.
Actually, there's gonna be 4.
The Lubbock babes, out of the infinite goodness of their hearts, will keep you company on your lonely trip to the Virgin Islands.
Wow. Too bad my parents said the 3 of you are too sleazy to hang out with.
Dang.
Your parents forbid you to see the 3 of us?
You and Tracy Gold.
Wow. Inside.
That's so mean.
What about Marie?
Oh, they think Marie is Keno.
Well, I think you should know the truth. This weekend wasn't our idea, it was Marie's. She has a crush on you, Gavin. What?
I've always suspected that.
She saw this romantic weekend in the tropics as a way to overcome her shyness.
Well.
Here she comes now. She would kill us if she knew we told you, so shh.
Oh, Gavin, I just wanted you to know that I no longer think of you as low-life scum.
Thanks.
Did you see her chest heave?
Oh, I did. God help me, I did.
But your parents have their rules, so see ya.
Hey, they're gonna be in Switzerland. What are they gonna know?
Oh, I'm shocked.
Besides, they don't care if just Marie's there. It's you 3 they're frightened of.
You expect us to leave our sister alone with you? Unchaperoned, with nothing to check her unbridled passions?
Please come, please.
Okay. Timber!
Dressing for your Rico lumberjack is your dad's idea.
You're the dorkiest looking thing I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
I was wrong.
Oh, and to think if I didn't sew, none of this would be possible.
Gee, honey, I feel bad. The girls are gonna miss this year's stump toss.
Oh, honey, promise to keep an eye on Sherry.
Oh, sure. But what are you going as?
A deeply embarrassed child.
Wendy.
We are 20.
Can we stop here for a second? Oh my gosh, girls, do you remember? I can't even get it out. The gag reel from this scene. So we would call ourselves the One Take Lubbock Babes. So we always would bet the producers. It was always like $1. I don't even know what it was. Joe, do you remember what we would bet, or Heather?
It wasn't much, but it was something.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, we're One Take Lubbock Babes, and we're gonna do this. We bet you we can do it in one take. So of course I freaking announced it that this whole scene was gonna be done in one take. And the first attempt, we come down the stairs, Jo can't get her suitcase through the door. It literally stuck, and I'm pounding it, trying to get out. And then she finally gives, and she falls.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember that? Yeah.
I remember
and
it
it was like,
fell. Yeah. Well, look how
so
packed
funny.
the clothes I have too. Thank God. That was like the cushioning.
And then I think the second take, amongst many, maybe it was the 15th take, I took a deep breath to say all the dialogue that I had, and I literally inhaled my hair like into my throat. I was like, regurgitated it. I was like, you know what? I don't know how good this whole one take Lubbock Babe thing is,
You
but
totally
that was one of
jinxed
the.
it. Yeah.
Pardon?
You jinxed it.
I totally jinxed it. Yeah, I don't think we ever were truly the one take Lubbock Babe.
I don't remember any one take scene ever.
No, ever. I think it was in our fantasy world. So we could go to the wrap party and the Friday night dinner quick.
Away. Has it occurred to you that Mom and Dad know exactly what we're doing, and they're just giving us enough rope to hang ourselves? No. Oh, me either. Has it occurred to you that this private jet may crash, and that word will get back to Mom and Dad about what we've done, and that they won't even give us a decent Christian burial? Don't panic on me now. Hey, I'm cool. Marie, I'm praying.
Oh, can't you do that on your own time? Amen. Oh, Marie, would you relax? We're supposed to be going to a retreat, not a funeral. Oh, okay. More choice of words. Who among us knows when we will be called to meet our Maker? It's all so sad. Yeah, it's a real shame. Now look, promise to be brave and to lie for Deucer's sake.
What's he got to do with this?
He's croaking. Oh, Cindy, come on.
Give me a minute. I'm almost dressed. I can't do this.
Oh, why do I have to always do all the work? Move. I'm coming for you, Gavin.
You're gonna see right through us. We're dead.
Oh, if you just act natural.
Girls, aren't you dressed a little warmly?
What are you talking about? It's gonna be very cold. There's gonna be snow on us, tons of it. It'll be so snowy that I'm giving up.
I just asked.
I've been thinking about how fragile life is. And I just want each of you to know how deeply I love all of you. JR?
Hey, if you don't go with me, I'm gonna get my axe. All right. Now stop that before he starts enjoying it. Come on, stop.
Cindy, let's Got your seasons mixed up again? Good thing I packed for you.
Oh, that's Gavin. He's giving us a ride.
Oh,
Bye.
great. Okay. Bye-bye. Have a nice time.
Bye, honey.
Bye-bye. Bye.
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 Where is this beach house anyway?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. We'll find out as soon as we get on the plane.
The plane? Where are we going? The Virgin Islands?
Do you all have anything you want to say, or do you want to keep doing it the way we are? Just you speak up when you want to throw a comment in.
I can't wait to get there. Let's get there.
Let's get there.
Well, I said it was a beach house, didn't I?
Not in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Actually, it's in the Caribbean.
I don't care. No one told me we were leaving the hemisphere.
Actually, it's the same hemisphere.
Suppose you'd like Loser's Last Days to be someplace a little more convenient for you.
Forgive me. I was being selfish. Poor Gavin. He wants us to think he's just airsick.
And it's really the heartbreak of polyethylene. Excuse me, I'm going to get the flying lesson that Captain Maurice promised.
Now there's a comforting thought.
Wow.
Oh, Gavin. Gavin, are you okay?
I'm sorry you have to see me when I'm not at my best.
Oh, you poor, funny, silly, brave, phlegmatic boy. You know that doesn't matter to me.
What does this one do?
That is the intercom.
And this one?
I wouldn't touch that one.
Oh my gosh.
Gavin, are you okay?
I could die now and be happy.
Oh, JR, honey, I really wish you'd take off your coat. No one can see how cute my men are.
There, let's go home.
And to think, Mom spent hours and hours on that.
Hey, you don't see me ashamed of looking like a silly ass, do you?
Hey, you two look adorable.
This is my mom's idea.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Bill
actual
Irwin.
demonstration will be delayed a few minutes till Billy Arbo returns from the first aid tent. Well, don't worry, I only clipped him.
Oh, what else
So
is
good.
there, honey?
Well, let's see. I made a list of the events we shouldn't miss. There's a flapjack feed at 1, a beer bust at 2, ooh, and the reindeer roast at 3.
Oh, Sherry, honey, you be careful. Don't hurt yourself with that.
No, Sherry. Have fun with it.
I'd be having more fun if you were standing over there with an apple on your head.
If you're throwing, that would be the only safe place to stand.
Oh, yeah?
You missed.
Did I?
Like that.
That was nice editing. That looked legit.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Hey, dudes, where's your dad's house?
This is the big
Steel
shopping
drums.
area.
There they are, the steel drums.
And we're there.
Wendy! Cindy! You can't go shopping now? Why not?
We don't have time. Oh, yeah.
If he doesn't die soon, he's gonna ruin this whole trip.
I won't let that happen, even if I have to kill him myself. Evan, you okay? You look kind of green.
I get carsick, too.
Sure you do. You poor fuzzy-headed deer. Oh, let's go.
I kind of remember this day. Do you guys remember driving down the street?
I do. I do.
That was really
totally-
fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say to pause it here because I do specifically remember standing in the back of that Jeep and cruising around. It was so fun. Has anybody been back to the Virgin Islands?
Oh,
gotta go.
No.
I know.
I go to Catalina once in a while. Kind of reminds me of that, but no, I haven't been to the Virgin Islands since.
Really neat.
Lucky.
That was cool.
Wow, this place must be practically surrounded by ocean. Cindy, it's an island, so I'm probably right.
Just are you feeling any better?
Oh, this is it. End of the line.
Oh no, say it isn't true.
Oh, really? This is it. My parents' village up this driveway.
Wow. Look at this place.
Kind of feels like you've died and gone to heaven, huh?
Cindy?
Oh, yes, Robbie, I'd love to go snorkeling. Just give me 5 minutes to get out of these clothes.
Cab drivers can be so impetuous.
Downstairs is the exercise room, wine cellar, and access to the private beach, pool, hot tub, tennis courts, and a skeet range. And through those doors is the master suite, complete with king-size mahogany bed, hand rubbed. Downstairs, 2 more queen beds. Even the sofa turns into a bed.
Well, I'm sure we'll use all of them.
I better alert my staff.
Oh, there's another pun. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
I like the double entendres.
They're all over
Each
the
line
place.
is every line is a double entendre, it
Yeah.
seems
Oh my
like.
gosh.
I'm freaking sweating. I'm uncomfortable. I'm like, geez, Louise. Whew, maybe I shouldn't let my daughter watch the show.
I know. I don't think Aubrey should watch. I think we should lock her up in her room for this. It's too sexy.
Too sexy. Just
way
me
too sexy.
in my shoulder pads and pulled up
Yeah,
sleeves.
you look so Miami Vice.
Oh my gosh, it's very 80s, 90s Miami
Yeah.
Vice. Just
Good
some.
looking.
It's like, is that Judith Brewer Curtis who put me in that outfit, or
Judith
was it
Curtis? Yeah.
one of the other wardrobe stylists? It's that's very interesting. It's a throwback.
And Marie's outfits are always so beautiful. I mean, they're all from the Warner Brothers morgue of clothing that, like, I would wear clothes that Grace Kelly wore. I mean,
Wow.
it's crazy.
Well, that jacket that you wore was beautiful. That
Yeah.
long,
Oh,
like,
gorgeous antique clothing. Yeah, that's I love my wardrobe.
Got lucky.
Yeah.
I got so lucky. Well, you guys wore like everything that you could get it.
I remember all
Yeah,
I wore was
Forever 21.
Forever 21, but they didn't even exist back then. But it was like the
Well,
tramp,
That's it.
tramp outlet.
I
Trendy
remember,
crap clothes.
he gave me Doc Martens to wear. That's all I ever wore were Doc Martens. And we
I
were
know,
like,
with
"What
the
are
big-
these?" You know,
You poor
we were like,
thing.
ew.
Those are cute though.
It was kind of like an early goth. You would have been like a goth, like
Yes, totally.
if they had let you like continue to grow, you would have been definitely a Doc
Tattooed
Martens.
by the third
Yeah.
season.
Doc Martens would have been part of your wardrobe.
Joe, your wrestling singlet meets 20s bathing suit is coming up.
Yeah, well,
It's
here we go.
fantastic.
Sexy, yeah, sexy stuff.
Oh God, let's see. Can't wait.
St.
Here we go.
Thomas. Oh, I don't care who he is. He sure knows how to fill out a Speedo.
All right, Gavin.
Come on, you guys, let's go.
Oh,
Wendy, what are you doing?
Horrifying.
Snorkeling. Robbie's friends. Wanna get my data? You better bring a change for later, because who knows where the night might lead.
Connie, Cindy, we have a dying acquaintance in there, and you're going out to party with a bunch of studs?
Look, we don't have the strength to stay here and watch Doozler suffer. We're weak. We're worthless.
We're rolling. Fine, go. I'm not forgetting what I flew 4,000 miles to do.
Oh,
The Virgin Islands.
God.
Ladies, by the time we leave here, they may have to come up with a new name for this place.
Little Dick's Bay? Something else.
oh, that's so good.
Back in a moment.
Woo! Episode 1.
Episode 1, the
Oh, shoot.
coconuts. That was hysterical.
So we only got to there. We just got there on episode 1, and then episode 2 is all the fun. I forgot this.
I only get it now that I busted my nuts. I don't think I put that together at the time.
Me either.
Uh-oh, there's a sister.
Oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
There's
I
a
love
that's-
that.
This is, this is a preview, right? At the end
Yeah.
of the episode.
Oh, they're still missing.
Oh god, that's right. We're missing.
So funny.
God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Lord.
Ow.
My daughter's not watching this episode.
Oh,
Chrissy are just fine.
So much fun.
Oh my God.
About Samantha and Chrissy.
What kind of a father are you?
Jake and Mike, the married writing couple. I like that.
That's right. Yeah.
George Spiro DB.
Yay. Sexy.
Sexy, right? Sexy. That's right.
Sexy.
Yeah, we're losing the light. We're losing the light.
Diane Young, David Kendall.
But
George didn't come with us to the Virgin Islands, did he?
No, I don't think so. Skeleton Crew.
I don't remember him being there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But again, I had more than enough room in my loft. Like I could have had more people there. That was-
So now that you all have watched the first half, is there anything you want to say before we move into the second?
It's really funny.
It's super funny and cute.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about what's going to happen to Doozler, if he's really sick or not. Like, I really am worried about him.
Obviously, for me, this was a huge episode for me.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was, you know, an honor and a privilege to have my part a little bit expanded and a little focus on this recurring character guy and being given more lines than I had in any prior episode. So
They were really tired of us by this time. They really needed to branch out.
True.
They really didn't want to write for us anymore. They needed to have some men, some testosterone in there.
Not true. The one thing
But,
I really,
it was just great. Yeah, what, Bob?
I'm just saying, watching this back is just, you guys had your characters nailed. You get so many laughs just off of, you know, reactions and crossing a room and all that. I mean, you just very,
Bob's not
very
drunk. The
impressive.
video is breaking up.
Right.
On that,
I think we did
I'm
definitely
drunk.
by these seasons. We really, by the second and third season, we really did have how we would say every line down and how our characters would be portrayed. Because during, if you go back, I'm sure Jeremy, you noticed, because I noticed it in the first couple of episodes that you ended up playing. Did you kind of start from the beginning? I think you started in the beginning a little bit, or maybe
I started with the pilot, this horrible bootleg copy that was almost unwatchable.
Yeah.
And then I got connected with these better copies about 8 episodes in. But
yeah, you definitely have good copies. But I do remember that Jamie wasn't dumb, and we were kind of, I was almost starting to be portrayed as the more ignorant one, and she was the, she was the
you were dumb for a while, but then you really got smart later. Like,
I don't know what I was. I don't know what shifted. I don't know what episode it finally shifted where, okay, Jamie's gonna be like the just completely out to lunch one, and I was gonna be the mastermind, because it wasn't quite like that in the first
No, you almost had
maybe the first
reversal.
half of the first season, or I guess that was only 6 episodes, but first little bit. So I do remember that.
You're really good in this, Brooke. Yeah, like you're such a conniving, scheming.
Oh, you're so sweet. I'm like, oh my God, everybody's so good. I'm like, oh my God, JoJo kills me, Heather kills me, Evan kills me. I'm dying. I'm laughing so hard.
I think
When was it like
everybody's
to wear that purple bikini, man? That was like a bikini.
Horrible.
Oh my God.
Horrible.
but everybody's playing their archetype, stereotype brand characters really well. Yeah, everybody's doing a really solid job in their tranches.
Yeah.
In this double episode.
For sure.
It's real legit.
It's true. That's why it's sad it didn't go on, because I think we were so solidified.
we were just on a roll. That's so we only were getting funnier and funnier scripts too. I mean,
yeah,
that's the sad thing, is that by the second season, I mean, that finale, or I was just thinking of Sweeney Todd, the other day, and just like that was the funniest show of all. It was just hilarious.
If only TGIF had stood for totally girl inspired fun.
Ah, nice.
I love it.
Yeah. No, but there are so many fans of this show. It's just so incredible to hear people talk about how these characters were so meaningful to them growing up. I mean, I hear it all the time. So
Heather, how are you finding it? Like, as I know, I started Heather and I were in, and JoJo too, as well. I should direct this at JoJo too. Doing the horror convention circuit. When I first started, honestly, I had like maybe 3 people a day that would comment about the show. And I just did my last convention in October, and hadn't done any for like almost 2 years. Almost every person commented about Just the 10 of Us.
Oh, that's
really
cool.
floored.
Love
I
to hear
sold,
that.
yeah, I was signing so many Just the 10 of Us, you know, my Wendy character pictures, more than I ever had before. And I was really blown away with how many people were really talking to me about the show. One guy came dressed as Bill. He came in cosplay as Bill.
No
I'm
way.
like,
Love it.
yeah, I'm like, I'm not even exaggerating. It was crazy.
Wow, that's such good news. Yeah, I think that's where you really hear what's going on in the world. But I think it's because of shows like this, you know, people getting to really see the shows for the first time.
I think Jeremy is definitely
Well, I'm actually wearing my Nancy shirt tonight.
Oh, yay.
I've met some Just the 10 of Us fans who aren't Nightmare fans, but never, it's always, if you're a Nightmare fan, you like Just the 10 of Us at some level, almost without exception.
Oh, it's like a meta relationship.
Yeah, you have to. It's
yeah, because there's three of us who were in Nightmares. It's crazy.
Ah, the Virgin Islands. I can't believe we're really here. Of course we wouldn't be here if it weren't for my quick thinking. See, Marie wanted to go to Sister Ethel's ski retreat.
At the ski retreat, I'm leading the discussion on sex in today's teenager.
Well, I'll be sure to take notes.
Don't forget your harmonicas.
Fortunately, an alternative to Sister Ethel's retreat was close at hand.
Hi, girls.
Hi, Gavin. What's the matter?
I couldn't get reservations for Sister Ethel's weekend retreat, so I'm stuck going to my parents' beach house in the Virgin Islands.
Your parents have a beach house in the Virgin Islands? That settled it. Doozler's beach house? Here we come. Of course, there was the problem of convincing Marie to come, so I told her a little white lie.
Gavin Doozler's dying?
Okay, a big white lie, but it worked. And I had to give Gavin a little incentive to take us, so I told him Marie had a crush on him.
I've always suspected that.
We were ready to roll, but what to tell Mom and Dad? Well, since Marie thought Gavin was dying, we decided to follow her lead on that one.
You mean just go and not tell Mom and Dad?
Well, I don't like it either, but we can't even tell Gavin we know. And Mom was so gung-ho on dressing up Dad and JR like a bad Halloween couple for Eureka Lumberjack days, our escape went off without a hitch. So here we are. Marie thinks Doozler's dying. He thinks she's got the hots for him, and Mom and Dad think we're skiing with Sister Ethel. Now all we have to do until Sunday is have fun, fun, fun.
Fine, go. I'm not forgetting what I flew 4,000 miles to do.
Nice rendition of the song and
I
the
know.
Courtney and Claire.
Oh Lordy.
Oh my gosh, you're holding his hand.
Lord.
That doesn't look that much fun, actually. I think
No.
Okay, flashing lights. You guys had a lot more fun than I did on the
Nice water skiing.
Oh, I remember trying to do, we stop it for a second. I remember trying to do the water skiing. I could never get up. So they were like, let's just move on.
Was that Jamie the only one who could get up?
Yeah, Jamie was like the only one who could do it.
Impressive. It's tough.
Yeah, it's hard. I know it wasn't me.
On this little tip over, I remember.
Oh God.
One got hurt here.
I think I hit my head there.
Ooh, sorry.
I think
I learned how to sail those little sunfish trips when I was like those little boats when I was in like 12th. Grade.
Is that Jamie in front?
I did the same thing, Heather.
Oh my gosh, they looks like so much fun.
So much fun.
They didn't have me do any of these things. I was on the shore the whole time with a rash.
Orange soup.
And you guys are having so much fun. No wonder I don't remember much of this.
You were like delirious.
You guys are having so much fun. You're playing volleyball with cute guys. You're sailing on sunfish boats. You're swimming in the water. I'm so jealous.
Water skiing.
I still haven't taken off my clothes.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Oh Lord, I know.
Look at Jamie's like trying to save herself here.
The Warner Brothers legal department is like, oh my God, they're gonna die. I hope she didn't hit her head.
Look at that, look at that. Wow.
That's my ball.
Huh? Oh. Oh, volleyball, windsurfing, Aunt Pierre, who doesn't speak a word of English. Am I wrong or is this fun?
Over.
Over.
Two men actually fought for the honor of rubbing suntan lotion on my back.
Oh, wow. Yeah, a similar thing happened in... Well, it wasn't that similar. So I take it you two are glad I talked you into coming?
I just hope it isn't all a dream.
I don't care if it is. I just don't want to wake up.
How can we thank you for introducing us to Robbie and his friends?
Well, you and Benita seem to be hitting it off pretty well.
He's such a scamp.
Well, the fun has just started because guess who's invited us to go dancing tonight at Club Mambo? Oh, what about Marie? Oh, well, we can dig up a guy for her. Hey, what about the dude that lost a coin flip to grease you down, Connie?
No, Cindy means that Marie and Dusler must have talked by now.
No, I don't. Connie, don't ruin our fun with more talk of Marie.
I didn't bring it. Marie, Cindy did. I'm just happy to sit here and... Oh, no.
Okay, can we just say JoAnn's about to have a wardrobe malfunction?
I know, I hated that suit.
Look at that. Look, the bathing suit's like getting precariously like out of control on your body.
Right, I know.
Marie must have found out that Dusler isn't dying by now, and Dusler must have found out that Marie really thinks he's a scumbucket.
Thank you for dressing for dinner.
Do we need to stop before the scene, because this is one of the funniest things this entire episode, in my opinion?
Oh, I can't wait to see it. I don't remember much about it. I can't wait to see it.
It's
Bob and Michael,
we spent a long time on this, and we had such fun time. Just like I said, we were in the office vamping it back and forth and coming up, like, you know, we must have pitched out 100 different lines between the two of us before we kind of distilled it down to this, but it's still something I know we're both very proud of. It really came out well.
It did.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that too. I love the scene. I think it's fantastically written, and I was wondering if it went through, you know, white pages and triple goldenrod, or, you know, how quickly you got it, and how many alts you might have had, and if you were.
I'd rather say more on the other side of this scene, because I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's watch it and then talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
How does my mother's gown fit?
Well, it's a little tight, but that's okay. It's not like I'm going to be wearing it all night.
many.
Someone told me they're good for stamina. I heard they'd help me, live a little longer.
Well, then by all means, eat them all. I just want you to feel good for as long as you can.
Wait a minute. You do know what we're talking about here, don't you?
Yeah, Wendy told me. Please don't be mad at her.
Oh, no. I thank her. It's just I imagine this so different. I thought it would be awkward talking about... I don't even know how to refer to it.
I like to think of it as going to heaven.
Okay.
Gavin, aren't you scared?
Well, yeah. But I think that's natural, don't you?
Yeah. Don't you ever think about what it's going to be like? I mean, going to heaven?
Only every day since I was 13.
Is that when you first learned about it?
Oh, yeah. My father and I had a long talk. He got all tongue-tied and cried.
Everyone handles going to heaven differently. I hope when my moment comes that I don't do a lot of screaming or thrashing around. I prefer to experience it with simple, quiet dignity.
A little screaming and thrashing would be okay.
You look flushed.
To tell you the truth, I do feel a bit dizzy.
To bed right now, young man.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that was great. That's so funny. Bob and Mike, it's so well written.
Oh, it's so well written.
So good. So good.
Thank you, guys.
Going to heaven. Hell, it's a great.
Who came up with that one? That's just the
That's
best.
hilarious. It's
I
so
literally can't remember, but
I can't either.
These type of misunderstanding scenes often feel false because you think they wouldn't really understand it that way. But once they agree on what going to heaven means, then they both have license to continue, and it feels real from both points of view. So. And I remember that, I don't know if Dan came up with it on the spot, but he decided that Doozler should have the tablecloth tucked into his pants, which was a very funny coda to the scene.
It's a great ending because just if we had stood up, it wouldn't have been as have a great button on the end like that. It was such a good idea.
But yeah, I love the screaming and thrashing bit.
like a little bit of screaming and thrashing.
And Evan, you pet her finger. A little screaming and I don't know if
so bad.
I caught that.
What I really like about it is that there's, it's obviously very funny and extremely well performed, but there's also like real human, like, well, are you a little scared? Well, yeah, a little bit. It's just, there's you see kind of a depth and vulnerability to them, and then on Marie's side too, like she thinks we're talking about religion and death and these important things. It just it really was one of those lightning in the bottle moments, just where the setup was perfect. The performances were spot on.
We did that at the stage, right? We didn't do that in the Virgin Islands.
Oh, that was on
That was
stage.
on the stage.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, on
great parallel
TCIF night, things got racy at 9:30.
Yeah, boy, ever.
To bed, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Yeah.
What a cute.
And to answer your question, Evan, yeah, there was we spent a long time on it, but it came out. I still say, I don't know, Mike, how you feel. To me, that's one of the best things I think we ever did as writers.
As new writers, we peaked. That's what happened, Bob. We were
exactly.
No,
downhill.
that's not true.
No, it was an auspicious beginning. It was.
We're just given so much freedom, probably, to create cool, a really great scenario with interesting characters. You guys shine.
Well, I remember I was standing on the we were at a run through one time, and I think I was standing next to Nick LaRose, and I don't even remember what the scene was, but he said, what's amazing about this show is you could write a great scene for every single one of those characters, and that's really unusual in an ensemble show, such a large cast. And that's, that's back to, I really give that to Dan for conceiving these characters, but then to you guys for, bringing life to them. And I mean, like you said, some episodes kind of everyone to find their balance and find their footing, but it was really cooking. And he was absolutely right that you could pair up anybody, you could do monologues with any one of the characters and they'd be great. Pair any combination of the people up, it would be great. And that's really a rare thing to be able to be part of. So,
well, that's very
you guys spoiled us in our first year.
Yeah. No, I just, and like I said before, I think I hope I didn't break up during my compliment, but just watching it back, all the extra mileage you guys got with looks and reactions, and even Heather, that one time it was early in the show where you just kind of said your line and then I was with the harmonicas and you kind of ducked out of the scene like you were ashamed to be there. It's like all that little stuff is just phenomenal.
I didn't realize, I think Marie had so many cool moves, just the shoulders, like the shrugging and the and it kind of reminds me, just being able to do something so physically bizarre. And I think we were always kind of like doing the most bizarre things that a girl could do. And, the Saturday Night Live skits where the girl, like the Catholic, would snip her fingers after like putting them in her arm.
Yeah.
Catherine, Sister Mary
Molly
Catherine,
Shannon, right.
like Molly Shannon. Like it was kind of that kind of thing with Marie. It kept getting more and more like that. Just the most bizarre physicality that, gosh.
What about your dancing, Heather?
And my dancing.
Oh yeah.
I just love being able to bring that really weird quirkiness.
Elaine dancing.
Elaine style dancing, yeah.
I also like the intelligence of the characters. And the other thing I've been, it's kind of interesting to step back from it for a minute, but watching Joe and Brooke in the scenes, they're both of those characters are smart, but they're smart in entirely different ways.
Yes.
Where Wendy's like the schemer and trying to think one ahead, and Connie's the smartest one of the bunch. But also kind of with her own strange insecurities, like where the smartest person in the room doubts themselves because they're always ahead of everybody else. I think that really kind of comes through in your performance. It's really impressive.
Yeah, and Wendy does not doubt herself at all. She just has all the answers.
Right.
And she's so like your looks too in this particularly just it really, I see what Bob is saying, like the whole motion of the scene is perpetuated by a lot of just unspoken things and movement and facial expressions, so free and like really open. And one of the things about a lot of modern acting that I see is it just so still and dead, like and people are really afraid to use their face, like Brooke uses your face so much. And of course, Jamie is like using her whole body, like
Yeah, Jamie would always do this whole thing.
Oh yeah,
she just has this whole thing, like she's just so there, and it's something that I think was really encouraged on our set is just to find that physicalness and
also what I really liked is we were so close as a family, so we had a lot of those just reactions and looks to each other and physical stuff. And it worked.
And we were never embarrassed. Especially with you, Evan. We just must have gone to town. Like, I don't know how much we practiced and rehearsed that scene, but we just dialed it in. And that was great. It was so good.
So fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And Evan, I didn't realize you were that young when we shot this. It never occurred to me that you were just a teenager because and kind of, coming into somebody else's house to play like that must have been a little intimidating, but you really nailed it.
Well, thank you. It was certainly fun. Good partners and good material. So made it easier, but thank you.
But also, Dan was such a great director too. He directed both episodes.
I think it was John that directed his brother that directed it.
It was John who directed it.
But we also know, I'm not taking anything from John because he did a great job, but we know who was behind it all. It was, Dan in the edit room, Dan in the writer's room, Dan
ever present.
Yeah, yeah.
As the
Pushing,
showrunner.
yeah, always pushing to just do crazy things. Yeah.
he's really
Absolutely. And he didn't want anything he'd seen before, ever.
Yeah, he
you
was
know, and
a
that's-
total rebel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. Very, very rebellious personality.
I remember we would start really early when the first episodes, and Dan would walk up with his coffee and say, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, it's the shock of the morning. You know?
Do you guys ever remember Dan by the monitors Do you remember Dan by the monitors watching a scene? I don't know if
Always.
you remember.
Yeah.
He had the entire scripts memorized. Word
Yeah,
for
and then he
word.
would mouth it along. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, it's fascinating to watch, as the girls were all so green. We were so green, but when you watch it back now and you go, oh my gosh, we had so much depth to our character. I don't know about Wendy, but like I look at Jo, I go, she has so many layers. It's insane. And Heather, and it's just even Jamie, it's just like, and everybody, so many layers to each character. Mm-hmm. And as I watch it back now, I just, what I wouldn't give for that again. That's really that kind of writing and that kind of passion and all around. The writers, the directors, the actors,
and it was fun hearing the audience go woohoo.
I know.
There was some canned laughter, yes, but we heard real legitimate live audience reaction.
Yeah, when Wendy says that line and they all are woohooing, yeah, that was great.
It's one of those things where it's like, oh, we're getting that past the inertia. We've got real momentum. People are used to us. They're enjoying us, finding an audience, and then kaput. It was pretty great.
I'm surprised we didn't break character. I mean, I remember shooting those scenes in front of the audience. We didn't break that character that much, even with all that reaction in the audience. And that I remember like loving those performances the most out of any in front of the live audience.
Yeah.
But boy, it took an extra level of concentration to get through the scenes with those audience members laughing all the time. Like, how do we do it?
Absolutely. Watching it now, I was noticing, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember I was holding for the laughter.
Yeah.
There was one moment where I kind of paused because I was waiting.
Yeah, Dan
okay, let
told
the audience laugh so they can hear the next line. It was one of those things.
Dan and Mike would always hammer that home right before the audience. Hold for laughs. We were just hoping there would be laughs.
Yeah, I know. That was the worst. When you hold for the laughs, and you're like, oh, that was
okay.
I was today. Okay.
Well, Mike or Dan would always laugh if it wasn't there, so that they would have something there. They would always do it for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you gave a shout out to Mike Sullivan too, because he was also a really, really important part of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and he was the lapsed Catholic. I mean, he was the Catholic who we could all turn to. Like, what do Catholics do? Like, I didn't grow up Catholic, so I didn't have this sense of what Marie was really. Though I took Latin in junior high, and one of my teachers was a very Catholic, and so I kind of would remember some of these, incidents from my youth, and then of course Mike Sullivan would always have like 100 stories about how Catholics would tortured souls.
Really
tortured souls.
Yeah, all of this was really important to him.
As teenagers, especially because you are going like what Gavin Dusler is going through, as a young Catholic boy. I mean, it's torture.
Yeah.
And then it's interesting because Mike Sullivan came from Standards and Practices, and then he's now co-shepherding a show that has lots of dirty innuendo.
See, maybe that's how he knew how to get him in. Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
Exactly. He knew how to write that line.
But he was so supportive, and he's still so supportive today.
Oh,
so supportive.
Yeah, definitely.
And actually, he still is working. I mean, I think he's producing for a Catholic.
Yeah.
A production company. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I had lunch with them.
The Paulist Productions. Yeah. So
I had lunch with him. I had lunch with him a week ago or a week and a half ago. And he's doing great.
It's amazing I still keep in contact with him very closely, and I think all the girls do that I'm aware of. But my funny story with Mike Sullivan is when I went into audition for Wendy. He had noticed that we went to the same high school, but he was there for the very first year that they opened. And he told me, he was like, yeah, I was there when we opened in 1969. I graduated. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was the year I was born. And honest to God, I think that's why I got the part. Because I'm not kidding either.
That's
because
funny.
it was just,
I have a similar with when I first auditioned for it. I had this little made up resume, right? And it said that I was in the Portland Players in Lewiston, Maine. And he looked at it and said to me, "You're from Lewiston, Maine?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "No one's from Lewiston, Maine." You know, his parents were from Lewiston, Maine. So I think that's why I got a call back.
Wow, that's so neat.
All these
really cool.
Mike Sullivan was also the one who he was the one who read our script because we sold one other little thing before this or something, and he found our script and liked it and passed it along to Dan. So he was also our way in as well.
Oh, that's great.
That's great.
Thanks, pretty wonderful.
Very cool.
All right, let's watch the show, guys.
Yeah, I'm dying to know what happens.
Go back to it.
Is Marie gonna give it up to Gavin?
Well, don't be so crude and crass, Heather.
Okay, I did not get to be in any of these scenes.
I'm sorry, Heather.
Okay.
Come on, JR, honey, smile.
I don't want it.
Oh, come on. It's not every day you win a stump toss. Oh, wait a minute, honey. I'll get it.
I'm leaving.
Hey, you're not going anywhere until we get this.
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello, speak up!
Is this you, Sister Ethel?
Oh, relax. We found Susan and Janet.
But my daughters are the Lubbock girls. You know, Wendy, Cindy, Connie, Marie.
Oh, they're still missing.
Missing? What? Hello?
Ta-ta!
Sister Ethel!
There, are you feeling better?
It's a start.
What else can I do for you?
Well, how about just the first part then?
Gavin, look! There are loftier concerns when one is facing death.
Death? You're dying?
Not me, you!
I'm not dying.
Well, Wendy said you were. That's why I'm here.
I thought you were here because you had the hots for me.
Gave you my idea.
Wendy.
Wendy? Oh, that figures. It just figures.
So when you were talking about going to heaven, you really meant going to heaven?
They are going to pay for this. Doozler,
Yes?
get undressed.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean there's no problem with that phone? I've been calling it for hours. No, I don't want my quarter back. I'm having a little small problem getting through to Sister Ethel.
Okay, honey, now tell me again. The last time you did talk to Sister Ethel, what did she say exactly?
Well, she said that our daughters are missing, but they weren't our daughters, but she found our daughters, but now, I don't know.
All right, that's it. We're gonna drive up there.
No, that would be a bad idea.
But Graham, our daughters may be missing.
Yeah, but we don't have any snow tires.
Graham, why are you doing this? What are you hiding from me?
Well, you see, I called the highway patrol, and the roads were closed. They had a small avalanche up there. Oh, don't worry about it. Sister Ethel probably got it all wrong. Remember that time she tried to lead the church choir in that verse of Hava Nagila?
Well, yeah, but
And remember that time she confused the phone booth with the confessional?
I actually thought it was the ladies' room.
The phone booth?
No, the confessional.
There. See, there's nothing to worry about. Everything will be okay.
Oh, Graham, do you really believe that?
Oh, sure. I mean, if they were all like Wendy and Marie wasn't up there, I'd worry. But you know how responsible Marie is.
Thanks for convoying us home.
Oh, that settles it. I found a home in Little Dick's Bay.
And I thought we were headed for trouble.
Hey, just remember, this whole trip was my idea.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, shh, we don't want to wake up Marie and Doozler.
Right. Wendy, what are you doing?
Ray, what are you doing?
Oh no, they caught us.
I told you this trip was a bad idea.
Oh, Marie, please tell me this isn't what it looks like. You and him did, well.
What goes on between a man and a woman should stay between a man and a woman.
That's no man, that's Doozler.
That is no way to talk about my lover. Your lover? Why did you at least have the decency to stay in the bedroom? We left decency an hour ago. Time to go for a hot tub, lamb chop.
Why not? I'm dressed for it.
Now keep up the act. We're gonna make him squirm. Oh, and thank you for behaving yourself underneath the covers.
You're welcome. Could we untie these now?
Here's the raft.
Marie has lost her virginity to Doozler.
Do you know what that means? She probably had to kiss him. Maybe we're jumping to conclusions. Maybe we just misunderstood.
What's to misunderstand? We caught them in bed together. She called him her lover. She's stroking the small of his back. The slut. This trip isn't a dream, it's a nightmare. And if you had listened to me yesterday, none of this would have happened.
I don't remember you saying a word when you were bumping heads with Benito at the disco.
Oh, look, if you guys don't keep this ball out of here, I'm gonna go over there and rip your head off!
A little tense, aren't we? And you are? Look, I feel as bad as anyone. Marie has felt it my whole vacation.
Are they buying it?
Buying what?
Our ad.
Oh, they're going for it hook, line, and sinker.
Great! By the time I'm finished with them, I'm gonna have them in tears. Oh, Gavin!
There's your frolicking green.
Oh, God.
Hello? Sister Ethel? I finally got through to her. Good.
Oh, don't worry. Samantha and Chrissy are just fine.
I don't give a damn about Samantha and Chrissy.
What kind of a father are you? I told you this was a bad idea. But would you listen? No. It's just a little trip. Oh, now the
the difference. Well, now look where our lies have led to. Maria sacrificed her virginity for no good reason.
She had a good reason. It was Dusler's dying request.
He's not dying.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta tell the truth. Oh, let's not panic here. I mean, the damage is done. Think what can honesty possibly gain us?
Yeah, Wendy's right. I know it's gross and all, but just think, it's over with.
We're getting married. We're gonna stop in Reno for a short ceremony.
I'll go tell Captain Maurice. Lamb chop.
Marie, you really don't want to do this.
I know, but we have such little time left.
Dusler, our brother-in-law?
A bunch of little doozlers running around.
Dad was right. Premarital sex does cause insanity. Marie, wait. You can't go through with this. It's all a horrible mistake. Wendy, tell her.
Yeah, well, we have some bad news. Gavin's going to live. Connie lied to you.
I lied. You lied.
This is no time to assign blame.
You lied?
You mean there was no reason? Maybe because of you? I gave away my most precious gift.
Boy, that really does sound bad.
I'm impure. I don't even want to live anymore.
No, Marie,
Jeez, wait. You're overreacting. I mean, it's not like we didn't get a free trip to the Virgin Islands out of it.
You're scum. You're worse than scum. You're worse than Cindy. She's just dumb. Hey, I may be dumb, but at least I'm still pure. What did I ever do to be left in with you two? You're right. We're terrible people. I'll never forgive myself. Look what we've led Marie to do.
Gotcha. All about your pathetic little scam.
And you slept with Dusler anyway? Do you know what you put us through? We have been grossed out since last night.
Good. We're even.
Even you ruined my trip. There I was windsurfing with the St. Thomas Soccer Club, and all I could think about was poor, impure you.
My heart is breaking.
Oh, yeah? Well, you don't have to jump out of the hatch because I'm gonna throw you.
Try it, I'll break your neck, you blind cobra!
We deserve to be yelled at. And when I feel sorry for it all, this is poor Dusler.
Have you heard? I'm dying.
Oh, I keep thinking the worst. Avalanche, bears, college boys. I don't care where they've been. If they walk through that door safe and sound, I'd forgive anything.
Hi!
Where have you been? Your mother's been worried sick.
Yes, let's tell her where we've been. We took a private jet to the Virgin Islands and stayed in a tropical villa.
What a load of crapola.
It's true. And there's more. Oh, now just stop it. All we asked for is the truth, and you can't even give it to us.
I give up.
All right, well, don't try to cover this up. Sister Ethel told us you were missing.
She said we were missing? Dad, we bunked in the same room with her.
We were worried sick about you. The least you could have done is call us up and let us know that you weren't trapped in an avalanche.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right, well, remember that the next time.
Hello? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Honey, do we know anyone named Benito?
Mussolini?
Honey, no, I'm sorry. There, you must have the wrong... The Virgin Islands?
Now that is the entire story, honest. Every disgusting bit of it.
Yeah, she didn't leave out a thing. What's with you?
Well, she didn't tell about Connie and the two guys that gave her a rub down.
I can't believe this. Graham?
That stinking little Dusler kid has a private jet and his own villa.
Did you just hear what your daughters have done?
Yeah, of course I did. Lying, fraud, flying without a license or common sense, leaving the hemisphere without permission, getting your mother...
Actually, it's the same hemisphere. Okay, not important.
I am stunned. I don't think that there is a legal punishment severe enough for what you've done.
These three deserve the worst you can dish out. Now, if you care to listen, I have a few suggestions.
You're not getting away with anything here, Missy. You are in this up to your eyeballs.
Me? I was set up, lied to, kidnapped, abandoned.
What you did was worse.
Yes. You pretended to have sex with a man.
I'm not the first woman to do that.
That's not my idea of a joke, young lady. Maybe one of these days you'll learn to treat sex seriously.
You're right. Maybe I should lock myself in my room and fast until I'm purged of all sin.
Not that seriously. I don't know what I'm going to do with you girls. But I can tell you one thing. There's going to be some pretty heavy grounding after the extra chores, the public apologies, and whatever else I can think of.
Not to mention the distress you caused poor Sister Ethel.
That's right. Oh, who could that be? Right, I'll get it.
Don't worry, Coach. Your daughters are home safe and
Oh man.
Wait, so it seems to me that Sister Ethel's a little confused. That what I'm supposed to be picking up on?
Poor Sister. That was so good. I want to see all the episodes again right now.
I know, they're so good.
Boy, that part
So
two,
good.
that was smoking part two, man.
It was so funny.
That was a smoking part too.
That part two was just great. Not
Yeah.
that part one wasn't great, but part two just was exploded.
Exploded.
Full of
Yeah.
punch. Oh,
Like my coconut pina colada.
loaded.
Well, after season 3, I think they should have done a new spin-off and called it just the 4 of us, the Beloved Girls, and Gavin Dusler would have been their Bosley.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, that would have been great. Yeah.
Whose idea was it to have Gavin's hands tied behind his back in the bed? I forgot that.
Yeah,
That was
I
a
forgot
great
that
scene
too.
blow.
Yeah, I don't remember whose idea that was.
That was pretty funny.
I can't take credit for that. I wonder. Yeah, that was funny.
Bob, do you remember telling me the story that somebody in the audience, when Heather at the end of that scene jumps
I
out
do.
of from under the covers,
I do.
wearing the bathing suit, somebody gasped and nearly had a heart attack.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, really?
What?
Like you could hear one voice in the audience going like, "Oh my god!" like it was a
I know,
compliment.
it wasn't.
was a
I
compliment.
mean,
Heather.
it was pretty wild for Marie to have that outfit on. I have to
Yeah.
say, I thought she would have like the gown on again or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you did have
it's
bathing
embarrassing
suits
being
on.
in those bikinis and those
Oh.
bathing suits. I did not enjoy that at all.
But I just think, when we were talking about the misdirection scene, but the 4 of you yelling at each other on the airplane is just like, just amazing.
It was
Just
so
amazing.
great. I know
Yeah.
that fight was great.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Was good too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, and Wendy and Marie, they really are equals in that scene. Of like,
Yeah.
JoAnn smacking him with killing back and forth. It was so great. Yeah.
there were just
It's
so
like all
much
mayhem.
energy. I love that energy. That energy was
Yeah.
pure. I mean, really honest energy.
Yeah.
It's
It's,
good. It
that,
built
and that
up
really
to
jumped
that.
out at me too, is you don't, particularly in a multi-camera comedy, you don't see that kind of, like you said, kinetic energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
You know,
Where does it? I
So
mean,
it's-
why don't
it's a
people
little-
do that more?
yeah,
Why don't
yeah.
they do it?
I don't know. Again, I think I don't know. I think it's just lightning in a bottle. It was,
Well, and nowadays,
because we worked on other shows and we would try to, yes, it's all much more laid back.
Still.
Yeah.
yeah, subdued. Yeah, I agree.
Subdued and cool. Yeah, just like everyone. Yeah, it's interesting.
Definitely love the physical comedy and all the.
We had a lot of physical comedy in these episodes.
Yeah.
There was a lot of big energy like that, but it would
Yeah.
come from a big
We were-
family like that, and especially
Yeah.
4 girls, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, trying to get a word in edgewise and
right.
yeah. You would know Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was how my household was. You had to yell to be heard, and yeah.
Very real. Awesome.
Well, this was so much fun.
So fun. Thank you,
Yeah.
Jeremy.
No, thank you. I mean, I feel like this was awesome. I enjoyed it just as a fan. Oh, good. Heather's back. I was afraid we had lost her for good. I can say since I started doing RetroFat, I have gotten at least like 3 emails every week for when are you going to do the Virgin Islands episode? Please make sure you do that one. So this one is going to be like fans have been clamoring for this one. And this was awesome. I can't imagine anything more fun than watching it with you all. So thank you so much for taking like literally 2 hours out of your Sunday night to do this.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This was really fun for me. Thank you very much.
Oh, so fun.
Hey, Jeremy, I think you have enough material. You can turn your 2-parter into a 4-parter.
You know,
You can split and split.
I think I'm gonna try and get this one out before Christmas, and I'll send out the link before I post it. So
Okay,
if any
cool.
of you would like to share it as well,
Sure,
please
why
certainly
not?
feel free.
Yeah.
Let's find someone to bring these folks to life again, man. I think that's
all right.
I miss just the 10 of us a lot.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for like Netflix to. In my mind, it should be the Doozlers. Marie and Gavin have married, had kids, and they're cool aunts who come in.
That would be awesome. And
Amazing.
then the sisters have to come and stay with us because they're all
Absolutely, yes.
They're all completely messed up in their lives. They can't do anything right.
Yeah, I think
I'm a pole dancer,
Yeah, no, Wendy's the
Oh, yeah.
pole dancer.
Oh,
No,
whoa.
maybe Jamie's the pole dancer.
Maybe
No.
Jamie. Yeah. I run the escort service, I suppose.
What? No, someone's an MFT, someone's a surgeon. I'm the ex-pole dancer.
Yes.
There you go.
You're the Chippendales.
Yeah, you went to Chippendales. Yeah, you had a run there at Chippendales. That's good.
I got kicked out of Thunder from Down Under in Vegas. They found out I wasn't Australian. And then
You had your own villa there too. Oh my God. I'm so nostalgic about this show, and I really have gotten more nostalgic as I get older. But it was honest to God. It was such a good time in my life. And I remember Deborah Harmon telling me that enjoy every minute of this show because you're never going to get this again. You'll never have a cast that's this close. You'll never have this nurturing environment. And I never did. I went on to do 2 more ABC sitcoms, and it was just nothing like it. And boy, I missed it. And as I look back more, because I haven't seen the show for a long time until, Jeremy started playing them. And I'm just like, I'm just so grateful. I know we only lasted 3 seasons and I wish we went 10, but I'm still so grateful for the time that I had with all of everybody, the fellow cast, the writers, the directors, and we are still, honest to God, still very close. And that's the truth. So it's kind of cool.
Super cool.
You all feel like a family from the outside looking in, and that's
We
awesome to
love
see.
each other. Absolutely. I love you guys.
Yeah. Very connected in so many ways.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, let's figure out a way to get them to convert the Betamax to digital or whatever they have to do to get it onto Netflix.
Dan
they can
Gunzelman
do
has
it.
them all, right, JoJo?
Yes.
Wait, who has them all?
Dan Gunzelman on 3/4. What does he have them on?
Is that what it is?
A 3/4. Well, Warner Brothers has it in the vault. They have all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to. Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking.
One day.
I know
I'd
people
love to
have
do
things to plug, so I don't know if anybody wants to plug anything.
Oh gosh.
Heather, go for it.
I just finished working on a Netflix series. Just the universe handed it to me, and I'm super excited. It's called The Midnight Club. It's based on a series of young adult fiction from the 90s by Christopher Pike called The Midnight Club. I play a woman who has a hospice for teenagers with cancer. So it's a really serious, really heavy role. But at midnight, the kids get together and tell like ghost stories around the fire. And so it kind of, the show lightens up, and it has some really fun, kind of scary stories that each episode revolves around, and spooky stories and weird stories. So it's
mainly a cast of really young kids like we were back then. You know, they're all in their early 20s or late teens, really talented kids, and they're the majority of the show. But it was really fun working with them because you get to see a new generation of teenagers and like what they do and what they think. And I really enjoyed it. But because of the pandemic, I had to live in Vancouver for 7 months. It was
Wow.
really, really long. Just getting the show done was hard to do with the pandemic. So I'm glad to be back in LA. It's really, it was nice, but I missed home a
Go
lot.
to the beach, Heather. Let's go to the beach.
Yeah, the beach is, oh my gosh. I went down there for Thanksgiving. It was gorgeous. So yeah, I'm bringing you all out to the beach. It would be great.
Heather, when's your
secret spot? So
what?
I said Heather showed me her secret spot.
Yeah.
So
my secret
I go
spot
there all
down.
the time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is your show on the air yet, or is it coming up, or what's the
No,
story?
it'd be like sometime next year. They haven't even said when, but I wish it was coming out sooner rather than later. But I think it might even be the summertime. So
That's so exciting.
have to wait. Yeah, it was very exciting. And actually, I've always wanted to get another acting job. It's something that we all, you always wish for it, in your wildest dreams. And it just kind of happened. And I was really like taken aback. It was very unexpected that I got this part. And I'm so grateful, incredibly grateful. And it's sad. I mean, it's a role that it was a really tough role for me because I lost my own son to brain cancer 4 years ago. And so to play a medical professional who deals with kids with cancer, who, during the course of the show, there's several deaths. And it was really powerful. And it was a way to process a lot of the things that I had gone through in my own life. So that's always really cool when that happens as an actor. But yeah, I mean, I got back and I've just been really happy to be home with my dogs and my house and my, taking care of all the little things. It's really, really great.
Can't wait to see it, Heather.
Oh, you guys, I know. I can't wait for you to see it. I hope I can have a party or something when pandemic is behind us and have a viewing party. That's my dream.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I hope so.
Are writers
What?
allowed to plug anything? Are we allowed to plug things also, or just
Yes,
actors?
please.
Yes.
I helped produce a Western that's doing really well. It's called Old Henry, starring
What?
Tim Blake. Yeah, called
Like
Tim Blake.
Nelson. Yeah.
With
Tim
my
Blake
friend
Nelson.
Tim Blake Nelson. He's my friend from Tulsa.
I knew he's from Tulsa.
And
We
we,
were- we were-
grew up together. We went to we had a swimming pool every summer that we spent, and his mom was not only my tennis coach but also my Latin teacher when I was in
Is that
school.
right?
Really good
Wow.
friends with the Nelsons. Yeah. Oh, I want to hear more about it.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah. It was a amazing experience. It just is, it's an indie film, but it's doing well. It's not like a studio
Yes.
level hit, but it's an indie level hit for sure. And
Did you write it or
You know,
did
it's
you
on-
produce it?
I produced it. There's because it was, well,
Wow.
I produced it. Let's just put it that way. I mean, I can tell you the whole story over lunch, but it was I produced it, and it was a great experience, and again, kind of just came out really well again because of Tim. I mean, he gave such an amazing performance. It elevated the whole thing. So
He's incredible. Yeah.
I went from
It's gonna
comedy
be
to just
on.
like that.
What's it gonna be on, Bob?
It's on Amazon now. It had a brief theatrical run, and it's on
Okay.
Amazon and Apple now.
Okay, awesome.
So,
I'm gonna
watch it.
It's amazing.
amazing.
That's wild with the Heather connection back in Tulsa.
It really was amazing. Yeah, and I have Oklahoma roots as well, so we talked about that a little bit. And I was from South Central Oklahoma. Not those like those fancy Easterners, but yeah, he's a great guy. And yeah, it was fun.
I heard his whole family has a pretty impressive reputation there.
Yeah, I mean Heather would know more about that. But they're quite an accomplished group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my phone ran out of battery there. I missed what you just said. What about Tim's family?
Yeah, I just hear they're a pretty impressive, significant family back there.
Well, yeah, his family that is like the Kaiser family, one of the really prominent oil families in America. And but they're a very philanthropic family, and have taken pretty much every single organization in Oklahoma that does good is probably backed by the Kaiser Foundation. And
Wow.
they just do so much. And yeah, and Tim is part of that family. But I mean, I knew him as a young kid. He would do impressions. I remember in the summer, like when we were 5 and 6 years old.
Your camera's not on, Heather, just so you know.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, oh, there we go. Sorry, I just did it again. He would do impressions for all of the adults at our little summer like swimming pool that we would go to. And he was so talented as a young kid, and he wore glasses. He had one wandering eye, or he had problems with his eyes. And so he would wear these giant glasses, and he would do impressions of anybody. And he was so talented. And I mean, it was no mystery that he was going to be someone really big in this world, as an actor or as a director or whatever he just chose to do. So yeah, I really admire his work so much. And I'm always so anxious to see it. I can't wait to see the movie now. And congratulations, Bob. That's huge.
I know.
you.
Congratulations. Amazing.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
How fun.
How fun. Out of nowhere. Just like you said, the universe brought it to me out of nowhere. So
Yeah. You just got to ask.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I forgot. I'll just ask.
Just ask.
I
know.
Forgot to ask recently.
It's hard to ask, but you got to just, do it. It'll
Gotta be authentic.
So true.
Anybody else want to something?
I've done a few things this year, and Atlanta's just really busy.
Are you working down at Atlanta
Yeah,
now?
I'm working on something this week, but I signed an NDA, so I can't talk about it. And I did do a couple of episodes of Doom Patrol. I play Matt Bomber's mom.
Wow.
He's
All right.
Negative Man, so I guess I'm Mrs. Negative. And yeah, so that was really cool. It's just such a fun
What's
show.
that on, JoJo?
That's on HBO Max.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So fun.
And then, yeah. And then a couple of other things that haven't come out yet.
Oh, that's
I-
great.
I think too, if like you email Jeremy, he could also, I don't know if you could plug it at all, when these things are like gonna show.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. I'll do
Yeah,
that.
Heather, Joe,
Okay.
Bob. Yeah, when they're about to, because I know we forget. So when it's coming on, something for people to put on their watch list.
Great.
Are you just working there in Atlanta? Or are you actually living there now? Or
I've been living here for a while. I was in Texas visiting my sister for a bit, but then I'm back, and there's just so much going on here.
yeah, that's so cool.
Very busy.
Absolutely. I have some friends from LA who moved out to Atlanta for work,
Yeah.
and they've been working.
I know. I just talked to Matt Shackman a couple of weeks ago, and he loves Atlanta. You know, he's
Oh,
very,
yeah, he
Yeah.
did Wanda. Doesn't he did WandaVision out there? And
Mhm.
yeah. Well, actually, because of Matt, I just subscribed to the Geffen Theater for the year. And then so the first play I went to was so good, The Enigmatist. And then the second play, unfortunately, they canceled it. I don't know, something untoward happened in the cast. And so but
I heard The
yeah, I
Enigmatist
mean,
was
I've been
good.
really trying to
Yeah.
support him with his
Heather,
Geffen-
tell him the link between Matt and the theater.
Oh, Matt is the artistic director of the Geffen
Yeah.
Theater in LA, and
Wow.
he's actually taken it under his wing, and they're doing so much all the time, and bringing like theater to school kids, and there's like a whole philanthropic element to the theater that he's part of. I mean, he's a really great artistic director, and
he is very talented.
but I don't know what the other plays are this year, but yeah, I think I have tickets for 3 or 4 more productions. So if anyone wants to go, let me know. I'll take you as my significant other. Yeah, I'd love come into town. We'll go to the play.
Yeah, I saw a play he directed there a couple of years ago, and it was great. It was great.
It's a
Just like his
beautiful
TV
theater.
directing is great, but yeah, the theater
Oh.
directing is great.
as long as we're on this subject, when we, because we just knew him as JR, who usually had, 5 lines of show and then left. Did you guys get a sense from him at that point that he was absorbing stuff and learning and doing all that?
What he wrote to me that was very sweet is how much he appreciated Frank Bonner and his directing. And,
he was always you knew he was brilliant, even though he didn't have a lot of, the girls had so much to do and stuff, but no, there was just something about him, and he was, you could just tell he was really smart and really brilliant, and had kind of a quietness to it too,
He was a terrific.
I mean, I had the trailer next to him, so I got to know him and his mother very well, and it always seemed to me that the show was in some ways like, because he didn't have such a big part, I always felt like he didn't have a lot of patience for like, oh my God, I'm on this TV show. Like I'm destined for such better things. Like that, I'm not, this is just one of my steps into, stepping stone to greatness. He was so brilliant. His mother too, Inez, they were such interesting people. And, his ambitions were always extremely high. I knew he was going to go to Yale. I knew he was going to get into that,
What he called it was he didn't want to be a cork bobbing in someone else's stream. I think that's how he put it.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
I always
some-
felt like he wasn't
sorry.
patient with the whole situation, like not being at, the star, not being the center, not being,
and we teased him
Well,
terribly.
that he was what I think he meant by that was that he carved out his own destiny, right?
Yeah.
He sure did, yeah.
For the phone.
Yeah.
It's
Very focused.
Very creative man.
Amazing, because even at that time, was he 10 years old or something? I mean,
I think
to
he
have
was
that
like
kind
a 10 or 11. Yeah.
of, have that kind of vision for yourself is pretty remarkable.
Well, I think he was going to Thatcher when we were doing the show. So, I mean, wouldn't that
I think
make
his
him?
brother was at Thatcher. I think his brother was at Thatcher.
Yeah.
He went Thatcher and then he went to Yale. And I remember having some fun debates with him, just standing outside the soundstage, just on different topics. And he would, it wasn't that I disagreed with him. I was just like playing devil's advocate, impressed by his evidence and his advocacy of a certain position. And it was really fun. He was clearly a very bright, very opinionated kid. And then, I ran into him right after he graduated from Yale, and he had directing books in hand, and he was learning about every possible shot. At the same time, he was starting up the Black Dahlia Theater Company. And he was like one of the youngest kids to like shadow TV directors and get a TV directing episode behind Zwick.
Oh, really?
Herskovitz, whatever. What are they? Trying to remember.
Oh, yeah. 30 something, those guys.
Yeah, those guys. And he just boom, strong vector.
I met and had lunch with him in some little diner on Ventura Boulevard, and I was supposed to do one of his plays. And I remember he gave me a bunch of, I don't know if it was one particular play or whatever. And then literally 2 weeks later, I moved to Vancouver. So I couldn't.
Darn.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Well, listen, guys.
We all have those stories, don't we?
Yeah. I know. I gotta go too. It's already 9
I know
o'clock.
Pleasure has to go. She's like 3 hours ahead of us, and she's got to.
Yeah, it's almost tomorrow in Atlanta. So
yeah.
I hope that the situation with the tornadoes is not any worse than it already sounds. It sounds so bad.
yeah, it's pretty rough. We're
just
thank you for that.
take care of yourselves and thank you for doing this in the midst of all of that.
Yeah, exactly. I thank you for coming.
Thank you all for doing this, and I'm gonna thank my friend for letting me stay at her house until 11 o'clock to use her Wi-Fi. But this was awesome. I've had such a good time, and I can't wait to get this posted and see what people have to say about it, because I know others are going to be thrilled as well.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Bye, everybody.
Everyone have a good night.
That was a lot of fun.
Bye.
Thanks, Bob and Michael and everybody.
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you guys.
Super cool.
Hey, love you. Merry Christmas.
Love you.